You've probably done this stretch before thinking it's actually helping your back.
But it might be making things worse. As a matter of fact, it could increase back pain and sciatica pain. In other words, pain, numbness, tingling going down your leg to your foot.
So today we're going to go over what not to do with back stretches and show you 3 very important options. One is actually from the world-leading back expert, Stuart McGill.
Stuart McGill, absolutely. And we're actually going to take a trip back in time. Bob and I made a wonderful video explaining this. So why reinvent the wheel? Are you ready for a stroll back in
Ready
time?
for the vortex
The
spin
vortex.
cycle.
Woo! That, don't stop. Don't. That's going to throw it off. Here we go. And we're there.
I'm dizzy.
Bob and Brad, the 2 most famous physical therapists on the internet.
All right, let's jump right into this stretch, Brad. Let's
Right.
not even make people wait.
All right,
So
because this goes way back when, people 7 years old in grade school, this is how they were taught to stretch their
Yeah.
back. Everyone stretch your back, touch
Yeah.
your toes.
touch your toes, or if you want to make it even worse, do a bend and a twist.
Yeah, so you flex the spine, twist it, and
So
put
what
more.
did the people used to do?
The
These, remember these?
windmills.
Yeah, windmills.
Well, yeah, they're kind of fun, though.
Yeah.
You get the arms going. And
But you're bending and you're twisting and you're doing what I call a weighted stretch.
Okay.
The weight of the upper body is putting stress on the low back.
Right.
And it's putting a lot of stress on the
Sure.
low back. So, and I'm not going to get into even, this is actually one of the worst positions for your discs. This is a good way to blow a disc, is to bend and twist.
Right.
It really makes the disc vulnerable.
Right.
So,
that's why with lifting, they say do this,
right.
don't do this.
My back hurts a little bit just from doing this little demonstration right now.
So if we're not going to do those, Bob, what are we going to do?
We're going to give you some alternatives. Now, if you do have Brad's condition, which is spondylolisthesis, you do want to get some bend of the spine.
Mm-hmm.
It actually is good for it. If you don't, you're going to want to maybe bend your back the other way. We'll show you all the different directions here.
And the vast majority of people, I'd say 80% of the people, are probably going to want some back bending.
Right, exactly.
Just stenosis and spondylolisthesis are 2 people who definitely don't want that.
Yeah,
But
and if you have, if it's mostly an arthritic back, but even an arthritic back, I'd like to try to do some extension if we can.
Yep, gentle.
So-
Whoa!
You quit doing that? You scare me every time.
Time travel changes every time you come in from the top, the side. Whew. All right.
I just get to stay here.
It was fun. All right, let's go on. How are we going to relate this to our exercises?
So we're going to show, I can't talk today. We're going to show 3 better options to stretch your back. The first one is one of Bob's new favorite ones called the prayer stretch. So I'm going to show that. However, some people can't kneel down and do it. So Brad will show a version seated because some people have bad knees.
He's going to show it on the plinth, but typically you could do it on your bed, but on the carpeted floor is also a good option.
So this is commonly done in yoga, but you can do it anywhere. So my knees are going to be wide. Typically, you want your feet closer together, and then you're just going to sit your butt to your heels, and your arms are going to stay in place. Once you're down like this, you can reach forward more and get a good stretch. This is going to cause some spinal flexion, but it often feels good for most people. You can hold it here for 15 to 30 seconds and then rock back on your hands, and you can do it numerous times. If you notice one side of your back is a little tighter than the other, right or left, you can certainly put one hand over the other to get a little more stretch. Here I am on my left side, or vice versa.
Little warning on this one. If it feels great, continue to do it. If as you're doing it or after you get done, it does increase your back pain, that means this is not an option. Then you'll want to go to one of the next 2 options. Either way, find an option that we're showing that really improves things, no pain.
With all stretches, make sure to breathe and relax. If you're tense, it's not going to work. Brad, you want to show you can do it seated?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're too relaxed now.
Get relaxed. Okay, so if you have a chair with wheels on it, go to the table or wherever it may be, countertop. Hands are here, and you're just going to push the chair away, hands glued to the chair, countertop, whatever it is, and stretch like this. You're doing the same stretch in relation to the low back, arms and shoulders. Come back up. Did you say how many times to do this, Mike?
Usually I like to sit and do it for 5 or 6 times. Just hold it for 15 to 30 seconds, whatever feels comfortable and what you have time with.
Right. If you do not have a chair with wheels, simply take a towel. There we go.
There we go.
And a smooth countertop so it's slippery, and you'll sit here and slide forward, stretch, relax, breathe, all of that, and then come back. And again, same repetitions. Look for that relief in pain. Any sharp pain or pain going down the leg for whatever reason, stop. Try the next exercise.
Stretch number 2, we're going to work on spinal extension or straightening up. The first one we worked on flexion, bending down. This one's extending. To do this, you can sit in a chair, and oftentimes I like to grab a ball. You kind of use it as a fulcrum. So you're going to arch against it. You can place it on whatever part of your back you feel the most discomfort. If it's low back, you can put it down there. If it's more in your mid back, you can place it there. And you're going to work on extending backwards, and I'm not getting too much motion here, so I'm going to actually incorporate my shoulders, and I'm really getting a lot of spinal extension, and this feels good. You really stretch your front muscles out too doing this.
That's right. Yeah, so then you're going to hold for a few seconds, come back. Again, should not create any sharp pain. Now, this is one where the first time it might be a little uncomfortable, and then you repeat it. If each time you repeat it, it improves, clearly gets better, then you can continue. But if you repeat it, it's still uncomfortable or it gets worse, that means it's not the exercise for your back.
You're going to want a nice flat back chair. You're not going to want to do this in a recliner or in any type of computer chair with a lumbar support, because you're not going to be able to put a ball back there. You probably tip your computer chair over. Don't tip your chair either.
Yeah, so a soft chair is not going to work so well.
Now, the last stretch we need a chair for as well. This comes from Dr. Stuart McGill. Again, it's kind of working on spinal extension, but in a different way, I would say. This one, you do need to be able to get on your knees. So if your knees are more sensitive, you could certainly kneel on a pillow or a foam pad of sorts. So what you're going to do is place your elbows on the chair, the pan seat, the pan seat. I don't know. What do you call it? Something like
Seat
that.
pan, Mike. It's called the seat pan.
I like pan seat better. Anyway, what you're going to do, once your elbows are here, I'm interlocking my hands behind my head, and then I'm going to kind of sit my butt a little bit, and I'm rocking back, and my head is tilting up a little, and I'm actually getting into some extension, but this is really stretching the mid-back.
There is an option to do that if you're not comfortable getting on your knees on a chair like this. I'll show you that right after we get done with that. Look at the arch in the back. Ooh. He's breathing. Again, feels good. You get sharp pain. It makes things worse. Stop. It's too aggressive or it's just not the right. You may want to go to the next option.
Boy, this one does really feel good.
Well, of course it does. It's Stuart McGill's.
Are you going to show this on the wall, or what version are you doing?
Well, we could do the wall, do both. I was going to do the one with the rolling stool, actually.
Oh, okay.
But the wall is a good option as well. You notice how I say as well? I pause at the as.
Because you weren't, well, at least it was as.
I don't know why I do that. I just do. Anyways, here we got the rolling stool. Again, hands here and then here, and you can roll the stool away. Actually, this is a little low for me. Actually, this is lower than a cupboard. So a cupboard is about 36 inches. It would work really well for me. I could put, you want to grab a couple cushions
I
there?
think it's a countertop. A cupboard's what you put stuff in.
Whatever. Now you're putting pressure on me. We just got off. I'm going to make, there, simply pillows, cushions. Oh, there, that's better. A little higher. And I'm doing the same thing. Roll back, arch. Should I go to the wall and do that?
Yeah, and you can do it on the wall too. You just place your elbows on it, and then again, you're going to have to bring your feet back. You have to be comfortable standing and leaning far enough back to do this. You probably don't have wall anchors in your wall like we do. Brad's hitting with his elbow right now, but...
Yeah, I'm getting around it. Yeah, this is, I might go like this.
It's a little harder. Oftentimes the seated or on your hands and knees version is better for
this is going to be only for certain people. Felt good for me. I know how to do it. I feel comfortable. I've done it before. So be, careful with these. Take your time and follow the rules. If it hurts, especially sharp pain, it's not the right exercise.
Now, if you want to check out more videos on back stretches, you can click the video link on the screen. In that video, we show 10 different options.
The absolute best 10 stretches for back pain and perfect posture. The two things go hand in hand. Poor posture often results in back pain.
Are you going to do your famous ending line? Or
That's right. Here we go. I don't know which camera. There we go. We can fix just about anything except for a...
Broken heart, but maybe we can recruit Stuart McGill. You think he'd help?
No, I talked to him about it. He said, forget it. He doesn't do anything below, whatever. So,
Oh, just spine. Okay.
Yep. Take care. Have a good day, and hope your back feels better.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.